Random House Audio Voices presents Hallowed Ground, A Walk at Gettysburg. This is James McPherson. In his address at the dedication of the cemetery for Union soldiers killed in the Battle of Gettysburg, President Abraham Lincoln acknowledged that, in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our power to add or detract. More than any other place in the United States, this battlefield is indeed hallowed ground. Perhaps no word in the American language has greater historical resonance than Gettysburg. For some people, Lexington and Concord, or Bunker Hill, or Yorktown, or Omaha Beach would be close rivals. But more Americans visit Gettysburg each year than any of these other battlefields, perhaps more than all of them combined. And Gettysburg resonates far beyond these shores. At least 60,000 foreigners are among the nearly 2 million annual visitors to the battlefield. In 1851, the British historian Sir Edward Creasy wrote a famous book titled 15 Decisive Battles of the World. The last of the 15 was Waterloo, fought in 1815. After the American Civil War, Creasy published a new edition with the 16th decisive battle, Gettysburg. In 1896, the United States Supreme Court handed down a decision that has stood for more than a century as a landmark in the struggle for historic preservation of hallowed ground. Not surprisingly, that decision grew out of events surrounding the recent creation of Gettysburg National Military Park. The Gettysburg Electric Railway Company had built a trolley line over the southern part of the battlefield to carry tourists to Devil's Den and the Round Tops. The park wanted to buy the land and restore it to its 1863 appearance, which of course would mean removal of the trolley line. The company refused to sell. The government began proceedings to seize the land under the power of eminent domain. The case went to the Supreme Court, where the government argued that the ground whereon great conflicts have taken place, especially those where great interests or principles were at stake, becomes at once of so much public interest that its preservation is essentially a matter of public concern. Nowhere were such great principles at stake more than at Gettysburg, which embodied the national idea and the principle of the indissolubility of the Union. The court agreed. The justices ruled unanimously that Gettysburg was vested with such importance for the fate of the United States that the government had the right to take possession of the field of battle in the name and for the benefit of all the citizens of the country. Such a use seems so closely connected with the welfare of the Republic itself as to be within the powers granted Congress by the Constitution for the purpose of protecting and preserving the whole country. The Battle of Gettysburg was an event without equal in its connection with the welfare of the Republic itself, as the court put it. But what is Gettysburg as a place? It is a battlefield of about 10 square miles surrounding a county seat town of about 8,000 people today, 2,400 at the time of the battle in 1863. It is located 75 miles north of Washington, 115 miles west of Philadelphia, and only 8 miles north of the Mason-Dixon line, which forms the border between Pennsylvania and Maryland. From the town of Gettysburg, a dozen historic and modern roads radiate to every point of the compass. A major reason why a great battle was fought there, for the road network enabled the armies to concentrate there quickly after the opening clashes. Although it is the home of Gettysburg College and of a Lutheran theological seminary, the main business of Gettysburg today is tourism. Most of those nearly 2 million visitors to the battlefield spend money in town. Many tourist services flourish, from restaurants and motels to shops selling every kind of trinket and relic, from ghost tours and a wax museum to bookstores and picture galleries. Some of these businesses are cheek by jowl with the National Military Park, which includes more than 4,000 acres on which most of the fighting took place during those first 3 days of July 1863. No tourists came to Gettysburg before that time. It was then a market town for a large and prosperous agricultural hinterland. The area was a famous fruit-growing region. No fewer than 38 orchards existed on what became the battlefield. All of them are gone today except part of the famous peach orchard, plus...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?